Good evening. Let's pray. God, I thank you for this day, and I thank you for this meeting, for this council, for the men and women that serve our city. I thank you for their willingness and for their wisdom. I thank you for our mayor and for the heads of the departments of this city, for their service to our citizens. And pray, God, that you will bless all of their discussions and decisions this evening, that in time in which so many people are fractured, that you will preserve the unity of the people of this town, that we will serve you and serve each other for the common good. In the name of Jesus, I pray. Amen.
Frank Baptist.
Here.
Kerry Murphy.
Here.
Joshua Cash.
Here.
Evelyn Reed.
Here.
Bill Donner.
Here.
Jeff Morrow. Judd Hart.
Here.
James Hertzfield.
Here.
Steve Lee.
Here.
Jeff Ham.
Here.
Be 9 present.
All right, thank you. You have April 22nd minutes before you. Do I have a motion?
Motion to accept the minutes.
Second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, what, May the 2nd, approval of the minutes are before you in your packet. Any,
Make a motion, we accept them.
Second.
all right, all in favor? Okay, at this time, we have a service award presentation. Would Dennis Mitchell come to the front, please?
James Dennis Mitchell completed 30 years of service with the Benton Fire Department on May the 15th of this year. He received several promotions throughout his career and currently holds the rank of captain. He and his wife Kathy are parents of 2 boys, Jesse and Bo, and have 2 granddaughters. Dennis is an avid outdoorsman who loves hunting and fishing. Dennis has decided to retire this month. The fire department will hold a reception in his honor on Wednesday, May the 22nd at 2 p.m. at the Senior Adult Center in the River Center Complex.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. All right. Proclamation.
Yes, sir. I said I had it. I would. Fire. Seriously. I lost it. I did have it. No, Brent's got one. I apologize.
Now she lost it
Sorry, National Historic Preservation. Whereas historic preservation is an effective tool for managing growth, revitalizing neighborhoods, fostering local pride, maintaining community character while enhancing livability. And whereas historic preservation is relevant for communities across the nation, both urban and rural, and for Americans of all ages, all walks of life, and all ethnic backgrounds. And whereas it's important to celebrate the role of history in our lives and the contributions made by dedicated individuals in helping to preserve the tangible aspects of the heritage that have shaped us as a people. And whereas May 2019 is designated as Preservation Month, co-sponsored by the City of Benton, the Arkansas Historic Preservation Program, the Arkansas Department of Arkansas Heritage, the National Park Service, the National Trust for Historic Preservation, and the National Register for Historic Places for national preservation. Now, therefore, Tom Mayer, acting under his authority as mayor of the City of Benton, proclaims May the 2019 as National Preservation Month and calls upon the people of the City of Benton to join their fellow citizens across the United States in recognizing and participating in this special observation.
All right, thank you. All right, now we'll move on to committee reports and motions. Council Member Cash, do you have anything?
Yes, I would like to make a motion to have the first reading of ordinance number 30, 2019.
All right, we have a motion and a second for the reading.
Ordinance number 30 of 2019, ordinance amending the 2019 budget for the general fund as adopting ordinance 1 of 2019, authorizing the payment of the 2018 audit of the city's financial records, declaring an emergency and for other purposes. Whereas the City Council adopted the 2019 general fund budget in ordinance 1 of 2019, whereas the City Council needs to amend the 2019 general fund budget to appropriate funds for the payment of the 2018 audit of the city's financial records as set forth in Exhibit 1 of this ordinance. Now therefore be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Benton, Arkansas. Section 1, pursuant to the authority granted in ACA Section 1458-202 and 1458-203, the City Council does hereby amend the fiscal year 2019 City of Benton budget as adopted ordinance 1 of 2019. The rise expenditures for the operations of the city are attached hereto as Exhibit 1 to this ordinance, more fully described therein. The adoption of this amendment shall be deemed as appropriation pursuant to the foregoing statute as well as any other applicable ordinance of the city. Section 2, it is hereby found and determined there is immediate need to amend the budget to appropriate funds as set forth herein. Therefore, emergency exists, and this ordinance is necessary for the preservation of the public peace, health, and safety. It shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage and approval.
All right, we have any comments from the public, from the council? All right, we had a motion and a second.
Yes, sir. So
Take roll.
we need one to suspend the rules.
Yes, I make a motion to suspend the rules for the second and third reading of ordinance number 30 of 2019.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to suspend the rules.
Jeff Ham,
Yes.
Frank Baptist,
Yes.
Kerry Murphy,
Yes.
Joshua Cash,
Yes.
Evelyn Reed,
Yes.
Bill Donner,
Yes.
Jeff Morrow, Judd Hart,
Yes.
James Hurtsfield,
Yes.
Steve Lee.
Yes.
Councilmember Cash, you have anything else?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to adopt the ordinance number 30 of 2019 on its second and third reading.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt ordinance 30 of 2019, the second, third reading.
Ordinance 30 of 2019, an ordinance amending the 2019 budget for the general funds, adopting ordinance 1 of 2019, authorizing the payment of the 2018 audit of the city's financial records, declaring an emergency and for other purposes.
All right, any comments? Discussion from the public? Please take roll.
Frank Baptist,
Yes.
Kerry Murphy,
Yes.
Joshua Cash.
Yes.
Evelyn Reed.
Yes.
Bill Donner,
Yes.
Jeff Morrow, Judd Hart,
Yes.
James Hurtsfield,
Yes.
Steve Lee,
Yes.
Jeff Ham.
Yes.
Yes. I make a motion to pass the emergency clause.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to pass the emergency clause. Let's take a vote.
Kerry Murphy,
Yes.
Joshua Cash.
Yes.
Evelyn Reed.
Yes.
Bill Donner,
Yes.
Jeff Morrow, Judd Hart,
Yes.
James Hurtsfield,
Yes.
Steve Lee,
Yes.
Jeff Ham,
Yes.
Frank Baptist.
Yes.
Ordinance 30 of 2019 is being passed. Councilmember Cash, do you have anything else?
Yes. I make a motion to have the first reading of ordinance number 31 of 2019.
Second.
Ordinance number 31, 2019, ordinance amending the 2019 budget for the general funds, adopting ordinance 1 of 2019, authorizing the receipt of proceeds from the sale of the Palace Theater and appropriating same, declaring emergency and for other purposes. Whereas the City Council adopted the 2019 general fund budget, ordinance 1 of 2019, whereas the City Council needs to amend the 2019 general fund budget to reflect receipt of the proceeds from the sale of the Palace Theater and to appropriate the funds so received as set forth in Exhibit 1 to this ordinance. Now therefore be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Benton, Arkansas, Section 1, pursuant to the authority granted in ACA Section 1458-202 and 1458-203, the City Council does hereby amend the fiscal year 2019 City of Benton budget as adopted in ordinance 1 of 2019. The revised income expenditures for the operations of the city are attached to Exhibit 1 to this ordinance and more fully described therein. The adoption of this amendment shall be deemed as an appropriation pursuant to the foregoing statutes as well as any other applicable ordinance of the city. Section 2 is hereby found and determined there is immediate need to amend the budget to appropriate funds as set forth herein. Therefore, emergency exists, and this ordinance is necessary for the preservation of the public peace, health, and safety. It shall be in full force and effect immediately from and after its passage and approval.
All right, we have any comments from the council? Comments from the public?
I make a motion to suspend the rules for the second and third reading of ordinance number 31 of 2019.
Second.
motion and a second to suspend the rules.
Joshua Cash,
Yes.
Evelyn Reed,
Yes.
Bill Donner,
Yes.
Jeff Morrow, Judd Hart,
Yes.
James Hurtsfield,
Yes.
Steve Lee,
Yes.
Jeff Ham,
Yes.
Frank Baptist,
Yes.
Kerry Murphy.
Yes.
Would you like to make an additional motion?
I do. I make a motion to adopt ordinance number 31 of 2019 on its second and third readings.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to adopt 31 of 2019, second, third reading. Please read.
Ordinance number 31 of 2019, ordinance amending the 2019 budget for the general funds, adopting ordinance 1 of 2019, authorizing the receipt of the proceeds from the sale of the Palace Theater and appropriating same, declaring emergency and for other purposes.
Any comments from the council? Comments from the public? Please take a vote.
Evelyn Reed,
Yes.
Bill Donner,
Yes.
Jeff Morrow, Judd Hart,
Yes.
James Hurtsfield,
Yes.
Steve Lee,
Yes.
Jeff Ham,
Yes.
Frank Baptist,
Yes.
Kerry Murphy,
Yes.
Joshua Cash.
Yes. I make a motion to pass the emergency clause.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to pass the emergency clause. Please take a vote.
Bill Donner,
Yes.
Jeff Morrow, Judd Hart,
Yes.
James Hurtsfield,
Yes.
Steve Lee,
Yes.
Jeff Ham,
Yes.
Frank Baptist,
Yes.
Kerry Murphy,
Yes.
Joshua Cash.
Yes.
Evelyn Reed.
Yes.
All right, ordinance number 31, 2019 has duly passed. Councilmember Cash, do you have anything else?
Yes. I make a motion to have the first reading of ordinance number 32 of 2019.
We have a motion and a second to first reading of ordinance number 32, 2019.
Ordinance number 32 of 2019, ordinance amending the 2019 budget for the general funds, adopting ordinance 1 of 2019, transferring funds to the office of city clerk to pay the publication cost of the city ordinances, declaring emergency and for other purposes. Whereas the city council adopt the 2019 general fund budget in ordinance 1 of 2019, and whereas the city council needs to amend the 2019 general fund budget, transfer and appropriate funds to the office of city clerk to pay the publication cost of city ordinances as set forth in Exhibit 1 to this ordinance, now therefore be it ordained by the city council of the city of Benton, Arkansas, Section 1. Pursuant to the authority granted in ACEA Section 1458-202 and 1458-203, the city council does hereby amend the fiscal year 2019 City of Benton budget as adopted in ordinance 1 of 2019. The revised income and expenditures for the operations of the city are attached hereto as Exhibit 1 to this ordinance and more fully described therein. The adoption of this amendment shall be deemed as appropriation pursuant to the foregoing statutes as well as any other applicable ordinance of the city. Section 2 is hereby found and determined that there is an immediate need to amend the budget to appropriate funds as set forth herein. Therefore, emergency exists, and this ordinance is necessary for the preservation of the public peace, health, and safety. It shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage and approval.
Any comments from the council, from the public?
I make a motion to suspend the rules for the second and third readings of ordinance number 32 of 2019.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to suspend the rules of ordinance number 32, 2019. Please take a vote.
Jeff Morrow, Judd Hart,
Yes.
James Hurtsfield,
Yes.
Steve Lee,
Yes.
Jeff Ham,
Yes.
Frank Baptist,
Yes.
Kerry Murphy,
Yes.
Joshua Cash.
Yes.
Evelyn Reed,
Yes.
Bill Donner.
Yes.
Do you have another motion?
I make a motion to adopt ordinance number 32 of 2019 on the second and third reading by title only.
We have a motion and a second to adopt ordinance 32, 2019 by reading of the title only.
Ordinance number 32 of 2019, ordinance amending the 2019 budget for the general funds, adopting ordinance 1 of 2019, transferring funds to the office of city clerk to pay the publication cost of the city ordinances, declaring emergency and for other purposes.
Any comments from the council? From the public? Please take a vote.
Judd Hart,
Yes.
James Hurtsfield,
Yes.
Steve Lee,
Yes.
Jeff Ham,
Yes.
Frank Baptist,
Yes.
Kerry Murphy,
Yes.
Joshua Cash.
Yes.
Evelyn Reed,
Yes.
Bill Donner,
Yes.
Jeff Morrow,
Councilman
I'm-
Price?
I make a motion to pass the emergency clause.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to pass the emergency clause. Please
Ja-
take a vote.
James Hurtsfield,
Yes.
Steve Lee,
Yes.
Jeff Ham,
Yes.
Frank Baptist,
Yes.
Kerry Murphy,
Yes.
Joshua Cash?
Yes.
Evelyn Reed?
Yes.
Bill Donner?
Yes.
Jeff Morrow? Judd Hart?
Yes.
All right, ordinance number 32, 2019 is duly passed. Councilmember Cash, do you have anything else?
Yes, I make a motion to have the first reading of ordinance number 33 of 2019.
Second.
We have a motion and second for the first reading of ordinance number 33 of 2019.
Ordinance number 33 of 2019, ordinance amending the 2019 budget for the general funds, adopting ordinance 1 of 2019, transferring funds from the communications facility and equipment fund in order to purchase replacement batteries for the city-owned communication equipment, declaring emergency and for other purposes. Whereas the City Council adopt the 2019 general fund budget, ordinance 1 of 2019, and whereas the City Council needs to amend the 2019 general fund budget to transfer funds from the communications facility and equipment fund, which is a restricted account, to the communications budget, and to appropriate funds for the purchase of replacement batteries for city-owned communication equipment as set forth in Exhibit 1 of this ordinance. Now therefore be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Benton, Arkansas, Section 1, pursuant to the authority granted in ACA Section 1458-202 and 1458-203, the City Council does hereby amend the fiscal year 2019 City of Benton budget as adopted in Ordinance 1 of 2019. The revised expenditures for the operations of the city are attached hereto as Exhibit 1 to this ordinance and are fully described therein. The adoption of this amendment shall be deemed as appropriation pursuant to the foregoing statutes as well as any of the applicable ordinance of the city. Section 2 is hereby found and determined there is immediate need to amend the budget to appropriate funds as set forth herein. Therefore, emergency exists, and this ordinance is necessary for the preservation of the public peace, health, and safety. It shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage and approval.
Any comments from the public? Comments from the council?
I make a motion to suspend the rules for the second and third reading of ordinance number 33 of 2019.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to suspend the rules of ordinance number 33 of 2019 reading.
Steve Lee. Wrong.
Yes.
Jeff Ham.
Yes.
Frank Baptist.
Yes.
Gary Murphy.
Yes.
Joshua Cash.
Yes.
Evelyn Reed.
Yes.
Bill Donner.
Yes.
Jeff Morrow. Judd Hart.
Yes.
James Hurtsville.
Yes.
Councilmember Cash, you have anything else?
Yes, I make a motion to adopt ordinance number 33 of 2019 on its second and third reading by title only.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt ordinance 33 of 2019 by reading of title only.
Ordinance number 33 of 2019, ordinance amending the 2019 budget for the general funds, adopting ordinance 1 of 2019, transferring funds from the communications facility and equipment fund in order to purchase replacement batteries for city-owned communication equipment, declaring emergency and for other purposes.
Any comments from the public, from the council? Please take a vote.
Jeff Ham.
Yes.
Frank Baptist.
Yes.
Kerry Murphy.
Yes.
Joshua Cash.
Yes.
Evelyn Reed.
Yes.
Bill Donner.
Yes.
Jeff Morrow. Judd Hart.
Yes.
James Hurtsville.
Yes.
Steve Lee.
Yes.
Councilmember Cash.
I make a motion to pass the emergency clause.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to pass the emergency clause.
Frank Baptist.
Yes.
Kerry Murphy.
Yes.
Joshua Cash.
Yes.
Evelyn Reed.
Yes.
Bill Donner.
Yes.
Jeff Morrow. Judd Hart.
Yes.
James Hurtsville. Steve Lee.
Yes.
Jeff Ham.
Yes.
All right, ordinance number 33 of 2019 is duly passed. Councilmember Cash, do you have anything further?
Yes, I make a motion to have the first reading of ordinance number 34 of 2019.
Second. Motion and second for the first reading of ordinance 34 of 2019.
Ordinance number 34, 2019. An ordinance amending the 2019 budget for the general fund as adopted in ordinance 1 of 2019, accepting grant proceeds from the Walmart Foundation and appropriating funds for the purchase of equipment for the police department, declaring an emergency and for other purposes. Whereas the City Council adopted the 2019 general fund budget, ordinance 1 of 2019, and whereas the City Council needs to amend the 2019 general fund budget to accept grant funds from the Walmart Foundation and appropriate funds for the purchase of equipment for the police department as set forth in Exhibit 1 to this ordinance. Now therefore be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Benton, Arkansas, Section 1, pursuant to the authority granted in ACA Section 1458-202 and 1458-203, the City Council does hereby amend the fiscal year 2019 City of Benton budget as adopted in ordinance 1 of 2019. The revised expenditures for the operation of the city are attached hereto as Exhibit 1 to this ordinance and more fully described therein. The adoption of this amendment shall be deemed as appropriation pursuant to the foregoing statutes as well as any other applicable ordinance of the city. Section 2 is hereby found and determined there is immediate need to amend the budget to appropriate funds as set forth herein. Therefore, emergency exists, and this ordinance is necessary for the preservation of the public peace, health, and safety. It shall be in full force and effect immediately from and after its passage and approval.
Any comments from the public? Comments from the council? Please take a vote.
We need to suspend the rules first.
Yes. I make a motion to suspend the rules for the second and third reading of ordinance number 34 of 2019.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to suspend the rules. Now please take a vote.
Carrie Murphy,
Yes.
Joshua Cash.
Yes.
Evelyn Reed,
Yes.
Bill Donner,
Yes.
Jeff Morrow, Judd Hart,
Yes.
James Hurtsfield, Steve Lee, Jeff Ham,
Yes.
Frank Baptist.
Yes.
Councilmember Cash, you have anything else?
Yes, I make a motion to adopt ordinance number 34 of 2019 on the second and third reading by title only.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt ordinance 34, 2019 by title only. Please read.
Ordinance number 34, 2019, ordinance amending the 2019 budget for the general funds, adopting ordinance 1 of 2019, accepting grant proceeds from the Walmart Foundation, appropriating funds for the purchase of equipment for the police department, declaring an emergency and for other purposes.
Any discussion from the public, from the council?
I make a motion to pass the emergency clause. No, take the vote.
Yeah.
He's rubbing off on me.
Jocelyn Cash,
Yes.
Evelyn Reed,
Yes.
Bill Donner,
Yes.
Jeff Morrow, Judd Hart,
Yes.
James Hurtsfield, Steve Lee,
Yes.
Jeff Ham,
Yes.
Frank Baptist.
Yes.
Carrie Murphy.
Yes. Councilmember Cash.
I make a motion to pass the emergency clause.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to pass the emergency clause.
Evelyn Reed,
Yes.
Bill Donner,
Yes.
Jeff Morrow, Judd Hart,
Yes.
James Hurtsfield,
Yes.
Steve Lee,
Yes.
Jeff Ham,
Yes.
Frank Baptist,
Yes.
Carrie Murphy,
Yes.
Joshua Cash.
Yes.
All right, ordinance 34, 2019 is duly passed. Councilmember Cash, do you have anything else?
Yes. I make a motion to adopt resolution number 40 of 2019.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution number 40 of 2019.
Resolution 40 of 2019, resolution declaring certain property as surplus and authorizing the sale of surplus property at auction. Whereas the city police department owns a 2012 Dodge Charger VIN number 2C, and you'll see the rest of it there, which is no longer useful to the department. And whereas the city council desires to declare the property as surplus and to authorize it to be sold at public auction. Therefore, be it resolved by the city council of the city of Benton, Arkansas, that section 1, the city's 2012 Dodge Charger VIN number 2C3, et cetera, is hereby declared surplus property and shall be sold at public auction in accordance with any applicable state or federal law. Section 2, the police chief is authorized to set the terms and conditions for the auction with respect to the amount of the deposit required on the day of sale, closing, and all other necessary terms for the sale, including the date for when the surplus property shall be delivered to the successful bidder.
All right, comments, Chief Hodges?
That's a 2009 model.
Oh, okay.
Any other comments from the public? Comments from the council? Please take a vote.
Bill Donner,
Yes.
Jeff Morrow, Judd Hart,
Yes.
James Hurtsfield,
Yes.
Steve Lee,
Yes.
Jeff Ham,
Yes.
Frank Baptist,
Yes.
Carrie Murphy,
Yes.
Joshua Cash.
Yes.
Evelyn Reed.
Yes.
All right, resolution number 40 of 2019 is duly passed. Councilmember Cash, anything else?
Yes. I make a motion to have the first reading of ordinance number 35 of 2019.
Second. All right, we have a motion and a second for the first reading of ordinance number 35 of 2019.
Ordinance number 35 of 2019, ordinance amending the 2019 budget for the Animal Control Fund is adopting ordinance 1 of 2019, transferring money from the Financial Stability Fund to the Animal Control Fund, declaring emergency and for other purposes. Whereas the City Council adopted the 2019 Animal Control Fund budget in ordinance 1 of 2019, and whereas the City Council needs to amend the 2019 Animal Control Fund budget in order to transfer funds from the Financial Stability Fund to the Animal Control Fund and to appropriate funds for certain repairs to the Animal Control facility as set forth in Exhibit 1 to this ordinance. Now therefore be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Benton, Arkansas. Section 1, pursuant to the authority granted in ACA Section 1458-202 and 1458-203, the City Council does hereby amend the fiscal year 2019 City of Benton budget as adopted Ordinance 1 of 2019. The revised expenditures for the operation of the city are attached hereto as Exhibit 1 to this ordinance and more fully described therein. The adoption of this amendment shall be deemed as appropriation pursuant to the foregoing statute as well as any other applicable ordinance of the city. Section 2 is hereby found and determined there is immediate need to amend the budget to appropriate funds as set forth herein. Therefore, emergency exists, and this ordinance is necessary for the preservation of the public peace, health, and safety. It shall be in full force and effect immediately from and after its passage and approval.
Any comments from the public, from the council?
I make a motion to suspend the rules for the second and third reading of ordinance number 35 of 2019.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to suspend the rules.
Jeff Morrow, Judd Hart,
Yes.
James Hertzfeld,
Yes.
Steve Lee,
Yes.
Jeff Ham,
Yes.
Frank Baptist,
Yes.
Kerry Murphy,
Yes.
Joshua Cash.
Yes.
Evelyn Reed,
Yes.
Bill Donner.
Yes.
I make a motion to adopt ordinance number 35 of 2015, reading by title only.
2019.
Did I say 2019?
You said 2015.
2015.
2019, I'm sorry. Boy, I'm really going back.
Do we have a
I second.
All right, we have a motion. We have a motion and a second to adopt ordinance 35 of 2019 by the reading of title only.
Ordinance number 35 of 2019, ordinance amending the 2019 budget for the Animal Control Fund is adopting ordinance 1 of 2019, transferring money from the Financial Stability Fund to the Animal Control Fund, declaring emergency and for other purposes.
Any comments from the public, from the council?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I'm wondering why they were not moved out of that low place where they wouldn't flood. And I heard it had a truck that flooded and a trailer that had a generator in it.
That's a good question,
Well, I thought it was.
but I don't have an answer at this time. I'll ask Mr. Parsons when he
You
gets
know,
back.
'cause we've been getting so much rain that you would think that's where you work. You should see it every day. And it's not like that creek rises that high in an hour. It just seems to me that common sense, if I had something of value, I'm gonna move it to high ground. All you do is follow the animals, they'll lead you right there.
I ain't heard it yet.
All right. Any other comments?
Judd Hart,
Yes.
James Hertzfeld,
Yes.
Steve Lee,
Yes.
Jeff Ham,
Yes.
Frank Baptist,
Yes.
Kerry Murphy,
Yes.
Joshua Cash.
Yes.
Evelyn Reed.
Yes.
Bill Donner.
Yes.
Jeff Morrow.
Anything else?
Yes, I make a motion to adopt ordinance number 35 of 2019, to be read by title only.
Emergency
Emergency clause.
Emergency clause.
Okay, I think I've had too many.
Yeah.
Okay. I make a motion to pass the emergency clause.
Second.
All right. We have a motion and a second to adopt ordinance number 35, 2019 by the emergency clause.
James Hertzfeld,
Yes.
Steve Lee,
No.
Jeff Ham,
Yes.
Frank Baptist,
Yes.
Kerry Murphy,
Yes.
Joshua Cash.
Yes.
Evelyn Reed,
Yes.
Bill Donner,
Yes.
Jeff Morrow, Judd Hart.
Yes.
Each one.
Yes, sir.
All right. Ordinance number 35 of 2019 is duly passed. Councilmember Cash, do you have anything else?
I do. I make a motion to adopt the resolution number 41 of 2019.
Second. We have a resolution, we have a motion and a second to adopt resolution number 41 of 2019. Please read the resolution.
Resolution 41 of 2019, a resolution authorizing the city to enter into a contract with the Benton School District for the placement of school resource officers and for other purposes. Whereas the city of Benton and Benton School District desire to enter into an agreement for the placement of school resource officers for the 2019-2020 school year. And whereas it's been determined that it's the best interest of the city and the local students to enter into this agreement, now therefore be it resolved by City Council of the City of Benton, Arkansas, that Section 1, the mayor and his designees hereby authorized to execute on behalf of the city of Benton a contract with the Benton School District for the placement of school resource officers for the 2019-2020 school year. The contract is attached here to as Exhibit 1. This agreement shall increase the number of school resource officers present in the district to 7.
Okay, any comments from the public? Comments from the council? All right, please take a vote.
Steve Lee?
Yes.
Jeff Ham?
Yes.
Frank Baptist?
Yes.
Kerry Murphy?
Yes.
Joshua Cash?
Yes.
Evelyn Reed?
Yes.
Bill Donner?
Yes.
Jeff Morrow? Judd Hart?
Yes.
James Hurtsville?
Yes.
All right, resolution number 41, 2019 has duly passed. Councilmember Cash, do you have anything else?
No, that is all, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Councilmember Reed, do you have anything?
Yes, sir. Make a motion to adopt resolution 42 of 2019.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution number 42, 2019. Please read this resolution.
Resolution 42 of 2019, resolution authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute a lease with Johnny McMahon for the use of certain real property within the city and for other purposes. Whereas the city and Johnny McMahon desired into a contract for the use of certain real property within the city of Benton, which is attached as Exhibit 1 to this resolution. Therefore, be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Benton, Arkansas, that Section 1, the mayor and city clerk hereby authorized to execute on behalf of the city of Benton a lease agreement with Johnny McMahon for certain land situated in the city of Benton and to execute such other documents as may be necessary or convenient to accomplish the purpose of this resolution. The funds necessary to pay the monthly lease obligation are hereby deemed appropriated.
All right, comments from the public? Comments from the council? Pardon?
Can you tell us what he's leasing? What particular property he's leasing?
You know, the white,
We are leasing.
we are leasing,
We're leasing his
You're
property.
leasing from him?
yes,
Yes,
that
ma'am.
white wall over there at exit 117, the white wall that used to say paintball.
Uh-huh.
We're releasing it so we can put up a sign that says, "Welcome to Benton, home of the Panthers." All right, any other comments? All right, please take a vote.
Jeff Ham?
Yes.
Frank Baptist?
Yes.
Kerry Murphy?
Yes.
Joshua Cash?
Yes.
Evelyn Reed?
Yes.
Bill Donner?
Yes.
Jeff Morrow? Judd Hart?
Yes.
James Hurtsville?
Yes.
Steve Lee?
Yes.
All right, resolution number 42, 2019 is duly passed. Councilmember Reed?
Make a motion to adopt resolution 43 of 2019.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution number 43, 2019. Please read the resolution.
Resolution 43 of 2019, a resolution authorizing the city attorney to file lawsuits in Saline County Circuit Court seeking to abate public nuisances located at 15 properties inside the Benton city limits and for other purposes. Whereas the City Council of the City of Benton has been presented with photographs of the conditions of each of the properties listed below, which are attached as Exhibit 1 to this ordinance. And whereas the City Council finds that the conditions at these properties are unsightly and pose a significant risk to the public health, safety, and welfare, in particular to the neighbors who live in the vicinity of each such property. And whereas the City Council finds and declares these properties as a nuisance to the public which should be abated. And whereas it's been determined that the best course of action for the city is to direct the city attorney to file suit against each property owner, owners, and anyone who maintains an interest in the property, and ask the Saline County Circuit Court to also find that the property conditions constitute a public nuisance which should be abated. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Benton, Arkansas, that Section 1. For the reasons stated above, the city attorney is hereby authorized to bring a cause of action in the Saline County Circuit Court seeking a court order to abate public nuisances located at the following addresses in Benton. Address 13 Highland, Frank Duffick, parcel number 800-316-34-000. 14 Highland, Frank Duffick, 800-316-35-000. 719 Border Street, Sean Shane Wehunt, 800-538-52-000. 813 South Main Street, Mike Ritchie, 800-028-66001. 1310 West Maple, Dorothy Brathwaite, 800-411-91000. 219 and a half, Thompson Linda Larkin, 800-6656-0000. 712 Hester, Brenda and Sam Fulcher, 800-250-62000. 1210 Chris Drive, Ricky Robinson, 805-149-9300. 510 Columbia, Diana Goins, 800-677-75000. 324 Second Street, Jerry Brown, 800-678-34000. 511 Third Street, Richard and Dewana Watkins, 800-677-77000. 805 Burton, Rob Winters, 800-570-12000. 215 East Cross, Candace Webb, 800-00-642-000. 521 Third Street, Judith Reed, 800-677-76000. 1021 West Ashley, Joy Newborn Smoot, 805-177-30000.
All right, comments from the public? Comments from the council? Please take a vote.
Frank Baptist,
Yes.
Kerry Murphy,
Yes.
Joshua Cash,
Yes.
Evelyn Reed,
Yes.
Bill Donner,
Yes.
Jeff Morrow, Judd Hart,
Yes.
James Hurtsfield, Steve Lee,
Yes.
Jeff Ham.
Yes.
All right, resolution number 43 of 2019 has duly passed. Councilmember Reed, do you have anything
Yes,
else?
sir. Make a motion at this time for the first reading of ordinance 36 of 2019.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for the first reading of ordinance number 36 of 2019.
Ordinance number 36 of 2019, ordinance providing for conditional use for a dog grooming business at 909 Sunset Drive, declaring an emergency and for other purposes. Whereas an application for conditional use permit was filed with the Planning Commission of the City of Benton, Arkansas by Nicole Otler, requesting that 909 Sunset Drive, and the parcel number is there, be issued a conditional use permit for the operation of dog grooming business. And whereas the Planning Commission ordered a public hearing be held on the 14th day of May 2019 at 6:00 p.m. for the purpose of hearing said application, that notice of said hearing have been published in a newspaper having a bona fide circulation in Saline County, Arkansas. Evidence having been submitted that all property owners or lessees within 300 feet of the property hereinafter described having either consented to or been notified of said hearing, and at said hearing, the Planning Commission resolved to recommend to the City Council of the City of Benton the application for conditional use permit be granted. And whereas the City Council of the City of Benton desires to grant a conditional use permit to Nicole Otler for a dog grooming business at that location, therefore be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Benton, Arkansas, Section 1. Nicole Otler is hereby granted a conditional use permit for the operation of dog grooming business at the following location: 909 Sunset Drive, Benton, Arkansas, parcel number 805-25162-000. Section 2 is hereby found and determined there is immediate need to authorize the conditional use of the property to allow for the operation of a dog grooming business. Therefore, emergency exists, and this ordinance is necessary for the preservation of the public peace, health, and safety. It shall be in full force and effect immediately from and after its passage and approval.
All right, any comments from the public? From the council?
Motion to suspend the rules for the second and third reading.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to suspend the rules, second, third reading.
Kerry Murphy,
Yes.
Joshua Cash,
Yes.
Evelyn Reed,
Yes.
Bill Donner,
Yes.
Jeff Morrow, Judd Hart,
Yes.
James Hurtsfield,
Yes.
Steve Lee,
Yes.
Jeff Ham,
Yes.
Frank Baptist.
Yes.
Councilmember
Motion
Reed.
to adopt ordinance 36 on the second and third reading by title only.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to adopt ordinance number 36 of 2019 by the second, third reading, title only.
Joshua Cash.
Yes.
Oh, no, I gotta read it by title only.
Yes, please.
Ordinance number 36 of 2019, an ordinance providing for conditional use for a dog grooming business at 909 Sunset Drive, declaring an emergency and for other purposes.
All right, any comments from the public? From the council? Now, please take a vote.
Joshua Cash,
Yes.
Evelyn Reed,
Yes.
Bill Donner,
Yes.
Jeff Morrow, Judd Hart,
Yes.
James Hurtsfield, Steve Lee,
Yes.
Jeff Ham,
Yes.
Frank Baptist,
Yes.
Kerry Murphy.
Yes.
Motion to adopt the emergency clause.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt the emergency clause. Please take a vote.
Evelyn Reed,
Yes.
Bill Donner,
Yes.
Jeff Morrow, Judd Hart,
Yes.
James Hurtsfield, Steve Lee,
Yes.
Jeff Ham,
Yes.
Frank Baptist,
Yes.
Kerry Murphy,
Yes.
Joshua Cash.
Yes.
number 36 of 2019 is duly passed. Councilmember Reed, do you have anything else?
Just that the Community Service Committee meeting will be June the 4th at 6 p.m. in the mayor's conference room.
All right, thank you. All right, Councilmember Hand, do you have anything from street drainage?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I would like to present the first reading of ordinance number 37 of 2019.
Second.
All right, so we have a motion and a second for the first reading of ordinance number 37 of 2019.
Ordinance number 37 of 2019, ordinance amending ordinance 26 of 2019, revising the fees to be charged by the city of Benton to persons who are, is this right? Am I doing right? No? Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I went blank. Who are age 65 or older, who are on Social Security disability, declaring emergency and for other purposes. Whereas the City of Benton passed Ordinance 26, 2019, which raised the fee for funding the regulation and control of stormwater within the city. And whereas after consideration, the City Council of the City of Benton has determined it is necessary to revise the monthly fees for people who are either age 65 or older or on Social Security disability, and these rates charged herein are reasonable and necessary. Now therefore be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Benton, Arkansas, Section 1. Ordinance 26 of 2019 establishes certain fee that the city shall charge on each customer's monthly utility statement for the regulation and control of stormwater. Section 2, the amounts provided for in Ordinance 26 of 2019 shall be amended to state that any person who is age 65 or older or who is on Social Security disability if under age 65 shall be charged $2 per month. Any person meeting these criteria shall complete the necessary request form with the utility department for the reduced rate. Section 3, all persons who are presently charged reduced utility rates based upon these same criteria shall receive the benefit of the reduced rate without an additional request of the city. This rate shall become effective at the end of the next billing cycle following the effective date of this ordinance and shall be a per meter charge levied on monthly sewer bills by the utility department. Section 4, all ordinances in conflict herewith are hereby repealed to the extent of the conflict but not otherwise. All other stormwater fees charged by the city shall not be affected by this ordinance. This ordinance amends Ordinance 26 of 2019. Section 5, the City Council hereby determines that the immediate revision of the stormwater fees is necessary to assist in the regulation and control of stormwater within the city. Therefore, it is found that this ordinance is necessary for the preservation of the public health, safety, and welfare, and emergency is hereby declared. This ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage and approval.
All right, any comments from the public? Comments from the council? Councilmember Ham, do you have anything else?
I'd like to make a motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to suspend the rules. Please take a vote.
Bill Donner?
Yes.
Jeff Morrow? Judd Hart?
Yes.
James Hertzfield?
Yes.
Steve Lee?
Yes.
Jeff Ham?
Yes.
Frank Baptist?
Yes.
Kerry Murphy?
Yes.
Joshua Cash?
Yes.
Evelyn Reed?
Yes.
Councilmember Ham, do you have anything else?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, to ask for ordinance number 37 to be adopted on the second and third readings.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to adopt ordinance number 37 by second and third reading.
Ordinance number 37 of 2019, ordinance amending ordinance 26 of 2019, revising the fees to be charged by the city of Benton to persons who are age 65 or older or who are on Social Security disability, declaring emergency and for other purposes.
All right, any comments from the public, from the council? Please take a vote.
James Hertzfield?
Yes.
Steve Lee?
Yes.
Jeff Ham?
Yes.
Frank Baptist?
Yes.
Kerry Murphy?
Yes.
Joshua Cash?
Yes.
Evelyn Reed?
Yes.
Bill Donner?
Yes.
Jeff Morrow? Judd Hart?
Yes.
Councilmember Ham, do you have anything else?
Yes, sir. I'd like to make a motion to pass the emergency clause.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to pass the emergency clause.
Steve Lee?
Yes.
Jeff Ham?
Yes.
Frank Baptist?
Yes.
Kerry Murphy?
Yes.
Joshua Cash?
Yes.
Evelyn Reed?
Yes.
Bill Donner?
Yes.
Jeff Morrow? Judd Hart?
Yes.
James Hertzfield?
Yes.
All right, ordinance number 37 of 2019 is duly passed. Councilmember Ham, do you have anything else?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Ordinance number 38 of 2019. Ask for the first reading, please.
Mayor, if you would, just make a note in the minutes that in the agenda meeting, that this was voted on and added to the agenda, please.
Yes. We made an adjustment to the agenda.
Just a second. I'm gonna find the ordinance. Okay.
All right.
I'm sorry, the second was,
Change those.
okay. Ordinance number 38 of 2019, ordinance amending ordinance 26 of 2019, authorizing the use of stormwater fees for the payment of personnel expenses, declaring emergency and for the purposes. Whereas the city of Benton passed ordinance 26 of 2019, which raised the fees for the funding the regulation and control of stormwater within the city. And whereas after consideration, City Council of the City of Benton has determined it is necessary to authorize the funds collected under Ordinance 26 of 2019 as amended from time to time to be used for the payment of personnel expenses related to the drainage projects the city undertakes. Now therefore be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Benton, Arkansas. Section 1, Ordinance 26 of 2019 established a certain fee that the city shall charge on each customer's monthly utility statement for the regulation and control of stormwater. Section 2, all fees generated for Ordinance 26 of 2019 as may be amended from time to time may be used for the payment of any personnel expenses related to the drainage projects of the city. This may include the cost of such additional personnel the city may need to address the drainage issues within the city. Section 3, all ordinances in conflict herewith are hereby repealed to the extent of the conflict, but otherwise. The ordinance amends Ordinance 26 of 2019. Section 4, the City Council hereby determines that the immediate amendment of Ordinance 26 of 2019 is necessary to assist in the regulation and control of stormwater within the city. Therefore, it is found that this ordinance is necessary for the preservation of the public health, safety, and welfare, and emergency is hereby declared. This ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage and approval.
Any comments from the public? Comments from the council? Ma'am, I can't hear you. All right, any comments from the council? All right, Councilmember Ham?
Make a motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to suspend the rules. Please take a vote.
Frank Baptist?
Yes.
Kerry Murphy?
Yes.
Joshua Cash?
Yes.
Evelyn Reed?
Yes.
Bill Donner?
Yes.
Jeff Morrow? Judd Hart?
Yes.
James Hertzfield?
Yes.
Steve Lee?
Yes.
Jeff Ham?
Yes.
Councilmember Ham, do you have anything else?
Yes, ask for the ordinance number 38 to be adopted on the second and third readings.
We have a motion and a second to pass the ordinance 38 on second and third title only reading.
Ordinance number 38 of 2019, ordinance amending ordinance 26 of 2019, authorizing the use of stormwater fees for the payment of personnel expenses, declaring emergency and for other purposes.
All right, comments from the public? From the council? Please take a vote.
Jeff Ham?
Yes.
Frank Baptist?
Yes.
Kerry Murphy?
Yes.
Joshua Cash?
Yes.
Evelyn Reed?
Yes.
Bill Donner?
Yes.
Jeff Morrow? Judd Hart?
Yes.
James Hertzfield? Steve Lee?
Yes.
Councilmember Ham, do you have anything else?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, make a motion to pass the emergency clause.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to pass the emergency clause. Please take a vote.
Kerry Murphy?
Yes.
Joshua Cash?
Yes.
Evelyn Reed?
Yes.
Bill Donner?
Yes.
Jeff Morrow? Judd Hart?
Yes.
James Hertzfield?
Yes.
Steve Lee?
Yes.
Jeff Ham?
Yes.
Frank Baptist?
Yes.
All right, ordinance number 38, 2019 is duly passed. All right, Councilmember Ham, do you have anything else?
No, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Donner, do you have anything?
Mr. Mayor, I have resolution number 47, 2019, which would give Captain Mitchell his helmet and badge upon retirement.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second for resolution number 47 of 2019.
Was that added to the agenda as well and
Yes,
need to be
it was.
noted?
I'm sorry, I did not get the second on that.
Second.
Thank you. Resolution 47 of 2019, a resolution recognizing the services of Captain James Dennis Mitchell to the citizens of Benton and awarding him his badge and helmet in recognition of those services. Whereas Captain James Dennis Mitchell has served the citizens of Benton for 30 years as a firefighter with the fire department, and whereas Captain Mitchell has decided to retire, and whereas the city wishes to thank Captain Mitchell for his dedicated services to our community by presenting him with his badge and helmet in recognition of those outstanding services. Now, for it resolved by the City Council of the City of Benton, Arkansas, that Section 1, the equipment listed on the attached document Exhibit 1 is hereby declared surplus and shall be presented to Captain James Dennis Mitchell in recognition of his services to this community.
All right, any comments from the public? Comments from the council? Take a vote.
Joshua Cash?
Yes.
Evelyn Reed?
Yes.
Bill Donner?
Yes.
Jeff Morrow? Judd Hart?
Yes.
James Hurtsfield?
Yes.
Steve Lee?
Yes.
Jeff Ham?
Yes.
Frank Baptist?
Yes.
Kerry Murphy?
Yes.
Resolution number 47 of 2019 is duly passed. Councilmember Donner, do you have anything else?
That's all I have, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right, Councilmember Hart, do you have anything?
Yes, Mayor, I'd like a motion to pass Resolution 44, 2019, please.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to pass resolution number 44 of 2019.
Resolution 44 of 2019, a resolution authorizing the city to apply for a grant with Arkansas Department of Parks and Tourism for a second splash pad at Tyndall Park and for other purposes. Whereas Benton, Arkansas seeks to improve the recreation facilities, is wishes to seek grant funding assistance. And whereas in order to obtain the funds necessary to develop and or improve the site for such a recreation area, it is necessary to obtain an outdoor recreation matching grant from the Arkansas Department of Parks and Tourism. And whereas the plans for such recreation areas have been prepared and the price therefore has been established, and whereas this governing body understands the grantee and grantor will enter into a binding agreement which obligates both parties to policies and procedures contained within the outdoor recreation matching grant application guide, including but not limited to the following: the park area defined by the project boundary map submitted with an application must remain in outdoor recreation use in perpetuity regardless if the property is bought or developed with the matching grant funds, and all future overhead utility lines within the project boundary must be placed underground, and the project area must remain open and available for use by the public at all reasonable times of the day and year. Facilities can be reserved for special events, league play, etc., but cannot be reserved, leased, or assigned for exclusive use, and the project area must be kept clean, maintained, and operated in a safe and helpful manner. City Council is well aware and apprised of the above-mentioned project and will provide the local portion of the development cost for the entire project. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Benton, Arkansas, the mayor is hereby authorized to make application to the Arkansas Department of Parks and Tourism for assistance to develop recreational facilities for the city.
Any comments from the public? Comments from the council? Please take a vote.
Evelyn Reed?
Yes.
Bill Donner?
Yes.
Jeff Morrow? Judd Hart?
Yes.
James Hurtsfield?
Yes.
Steve Lee?
Yes.
Jeff Ham?
Yes.
Frank Baptist?
Yes.
Kerry Murphy?
Yes.
Joshua Cash?
Yes.
All right, okay. Resolution number 44 of 2019 is duly passed. Councilmember Hart, do you have anything else?
Yes, Mayor, I'd like a motion to pass Resolution 45 of 2019, please.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to pass resolution number 45 of 2019. Please read the resolution.
Resolution number 45 of 2019, resolution accepting the lowest acceptable bid for the construction of a fence at Tyndall Park and for other purposes. Whereas the City of Benton, after having advertised for bids for the construction of a fence at Tyndall Park, the City Council has determined that the bid submitted by Fence World, Inc. is the lowest acceptable bid for this project, and that the city should award the contract to the lowest acceptable bidder. Therefore, be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Benton, Arkansas, that Section 1, the bid of Fence World, Inc. in the amount of $28,450 is the lowest acceptable bid for construction of fence at Tyndall Park. Section 2, the mayor is authorized to execute on behalf of the City of Benton a contract for the construction of a fence at Tyndall Park with the successful bidder, and to execute such other documents as may be necessary and convenient to accomplish this purpose. The mayor is likewise authorized on behalf of the city to pay Fence World, Inc. those sums which become due and payable over the course of the contract term.
Any comments from the public and the council? Please take a vote.
Bill Donner?
Yes.
Jeff Morrow? Judd Hart?
Yes.
James Hurtsfield?
Yes.
Steve Lee?
Yes.
Jeff Ham?
Yes.
Frank Baptist?
Yes.
Kerry Murphy?
Yes.
Joshua Cash?
Yes.
Evelyn Reed?
Yes.
Resolution number 45, 2019 is getting passed. Councilmember Hart, anything else?
One more resolution, Mayor. Make a motion to pass Resolution 46 of 2019, please.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to pass resolution number 46 of 2019. Please read the resolution.
Resolution 46 of 2019, a resolution accepting the lowest acceptable bid for the construction of a sand volleyball courts at Riverside Park and for other purposes. Whereas the City of Benton, after having advertised for bids for the construction of sand volleyball courts at Riverside Park, the City Council has determined that the bid submitted by J-Con Inc. is the lowest acceptable bid for this project, and that the city should award the contract to the lowest acceptable bidder. And therefore, it be resolved by the City Council of the City of Benton, Arkansas, that Section 1, the bid of J-Con Inc. in the amount of $21,780 is the lowest acceptable bid for the construction of sand volleyball courts at Riverside Park. Section 2, the mayor is authorized to execute on behalf of the City of Benton a contract for the construction of sand volleyball courts at Riverside Park with a successful bidder, and to execute such other documents as may be necessary and convenient to accomplish this purpose. The mayor is likewise authorized on behalf of the city to pay J-Con Inc. those sums which become due and payable over the course of the contract term.
All right, any comments from the public? Comments from the council? Please take a vote.
Jeff Morrow, Judd Hart,
Yes.
James Hurtsville,
Yes.
Steve Lee,
Yes.
Jeff Ham,
Yes.
Frank Baptist,
Yes.
Kerry Murphy,
Yes.
Joshua Cash,
Yes.
Evelyn Reed,
Yes.
Bill Donner.
Yes.
All right, resolution number 46, 2019 is duly passed. Councilmember Hart, do you have anything?
I have nothing else, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Councilmember Hurtsville, do you have anything for public utilities? All right, thank you, sir. What about Councilmember Murphy or Councilmember Baptist about AEP Commission?
Thank you. We had a meeting this last week, and during the meeting, there was nothing funded, but we did discuss and make a subcommittee that's going to be comprised of 2 from the AP Commission, 2 from the Chamber, 2 from the city, and 2 from at-large business leaders. That's going to be marketing, that's going to help develop the city video, social media, magazines, billboards. It's not going to be just somebody coming in asking for money for an event. It's going to be somebody bringing ideas that's to promote the city itself.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right, do we have any unfinished business? New business? Any comments from the public? Yes, ma'am.
Do you want me just?
Come on up here, state your name, please.
Green lights on. Okay. My name's Laurie Druckenmiller, and I've been to a couple of other meetings, animal control and community service, about a neighbor that is raising and breeding snakes. And now he's also breeding pigeons in between his house and my house. And the pigeon coop is straight across from my kitchen window. First of all, I want to say thank you for letting me come up here. But I can't open the kitchen window now because the houses are so close that you can't. He's raising 10 pigeons that I know of so far. And they're for breeding because that's all he has in there are the breeding boxes. Now, pigeons carry diseases, and it's right across from my kitchen window. Now, I can't open that window for fear of getting disease into my kitchen where I do the cooking for my family. And I've got petition that I had taken from a couple of my neighbors. I've got 53 neighbors that have signed it stating that they would not want to live next door to these pigeons, and they would not want to live next door to somebody that's raising and breeding snakes, boa constrictors to be exact. And when we were friends at the time, he had 100 snakes, and he had called us over to look at his new baby snakes, which was 25 more. And that was 2 years ago. Now, I don't know what he has, how many he has now, but I've talked to animal control for almost a year. I've come to meetings for almost 6 months, 5 months now. And I've also talked to Game and Fish. And Game and Fish said that they're not the ones that are to handle this issue, that it goes back to animal control. I was told by the gentleman that he was breeding these snakes to sell. Come to find out, when I went to animal control and told them that he was selling these snakes, they said, yes, he had a license to sell. When I asked for a copy of this license, all of a sudden, this gentleman never did have a license. Okay? So I've been going in a circle. Mr. Mayor has been helping me quite a bit lately. I appreciate it greatly. But I think there needs to be something addressed with the pigeons, because when I was going around and talking to people with my neighbors about the pigeons being so close to my kitchen, one lady, her father raised racing pigeons. And she told me that he had to be out in the country because of the diseases that they do carry. And it's not just one disease that they carry. And she said that when he did retire, he did not burn these pigeon coops because I'm going to say it, poop. The disease that's in the poop gets into the wood, gets into the ground, and it contaminates both of those. So he wouldn't burn those. He would sell them to another pigeon breeder because it's already there. But he said he would not burn it because he did not want that stuff going in the air. Now that's from somebody that was breeding them. And, you know, here I've got it right across from my kitchen window. And it's just, we need something. If we can't have chickens, how can we have something like a pigeon being bred? I mean, chickens, you've got to have 100 feet. Why can't we have the same when it comes to a pigeon? And I was told that if I have 2 parrots, my birds are inside. They're inside birds. I was told that if we got an ordinance, I'd have to be careful because it may affect my birds. To me, that's crazy. I mean, my birds, I clean the cages every day. They're inside. I have to. Okay? But they told me I have to be careful. You know, I'm thinking my safety. I'm thinking about my neighbor affecting my way of life. I can't open my window for fear. I know that maybe it sounds trivial to you guys, but it's not to me. It's my health, my family's health.
What do you want us to do, write an ordinance against snakes and pigeons?
I want you to take and try. Yes, I would. I mean, if he wants to have these, that's fine, but the amount that he has is not acceptable. Pet shops don't even have that many snakes. You know?
I'm not, you know, we wrote the animal ordinance. We took great care to consider all animals, dogs, cats.
Well, you've got an ordinance saying that you can only have, 3 dogs or 4 dogs?
4.
4 dogs? But this gentleman can have 100+ snakes in his home?
Ma'am, that's the issue we never ran up against.
I know, and I understand, and that's why I am bringing it to your attention, is because I think something should be brought up and written up so that somebody else doesn't have to run across this issue.
Committee, wouldn't it?
Well, Mr. Mayor, actually, Terry Parsons and I are working on such an ordinance. It will be ready in a few weeks for consideration by the committee, so it is being addressed.
Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Parsons and I have a meeting already scheduled as soon as he gets back on June the 3rd.
And he said that it will be addressed in the June community service meeting.
And that's with the pigeons also?
Snakes and pigeons.
Pardon?
Snakes and pigeons.
Snakes and pigeons? Okay.
Is there a license to sell those currently? No. You don't have to have one to sell, you can just.
Well, if you're selling something in the city limits like that, he should have a privilege license, and no, he does not have one.
Yeah, that was what I was saying. I understand he does not have one, or at least that's what I've been told.
Right. But when I started, I was told that he did have one by animal control. you know, and I'm sorry.
State or federal license, it could have been something, not a local license. It's possible that he had a license in Oregon.
You mean from another state?
I don't know, but too, I think you came to get something addressed with the issues, the whole point.
Right.
Before you talking to us, and, they're already in the works of doing it, it's gonna be come up, we have a community service meeting June the 4th at 6 p.m. with something will be brought before that committee to address, and then it'll be brought before the council, from out of that committee, or brought to the council on the 4th, Monday of the month.
Mr. Mayor, what we're doing is evaluating what other cities do
Yes.
in respect to these two things.
Okay. So, next month, there will be something to address it.
As in, like an ordinance? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Okay, that's, okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments from the public? Yes, ma'am. Come on up here so we can hear you. Come on up here, state your name and,
D-O-R, U-C-K, D-O-R, U-C-K-E-N.
My name is Sharon Andrews, and I'm just wondering when they'll start doing away with these horrible houses, like the one at 702 Hester, or 7-something Hester, 712 Hester. I've been
Okay.
fighting for 2 years or longer.
Okay, I don't recall all the addresses. We have filed lawsuits on quite a few houses. We're getting hearing dates from the court on many of those. We're waiting for some title work on a few houses that the title company hasn't been able to determine who actually owns the property. And so we're working on those issues, and then I just got to sign 15 more tonight. Okay, so it's in the works. It does take a little bit of time because we want to be certain that people are given notice before we go and tear down some structure on their property.
Yeah.
That we have
But
complied
they
with the
haven't
law
lived
and due
there
process.
close to
I
20
know.
years.
Okay.
They just,
So, and I don't recall the specifics on this one, on this
Yeah,
particular one, ma'am.
it's bad.
But we've got quite a few across the city that we're working on.
Uh-huh.
we have started the process on all the ones.
Well,
Yeah.
see, my mom passed away and her house is next door to it. And even if we wanted to sell my mother's house, there's no way we could. Who'd want to buy our house with that thing sitting there? So,
That's one thing we realized, January, February, we started the process, going out to go enforcement, and going out to go force, and looking at all these properties, and believe me, there's more than what we passed here in the last couple. We're gonna address.
okay.
And just so the council is aware, it does take a little bit of time because once you pass this, we then order title work. It takes a little bit of time to get the title
Yeah.
work because they've got to research not only who owns the property, but is there a mortgage, because we've got to notify them as well. So it does take a little bit of time, especially when we give them 10 to 15 of these at once. And so once we get those back, then I evaluate the title work that was done and determine exactly who we need to file suit on, then prepare the lawsuit along with all the summons, then get checks from the city for
Understand
each one, and then we got to serve the person. So it does take a little bit of time
What
to
what
get these
address
things
did you
done.
say? 702 Hester?
712. My mother's was 708 Hester, and I live at 702, so don't tear down my house.
We'll give you notice before we do
Well,
that.
we'll give
Okay.
you 10-day notice to get out.
It may be 712,
That
it's
was on tonight's.
Fulcher.
That's on
Yeah, it
tonight's
was on
list.
there tonight.
Yes, ma'am. So it's in the works.
Yeah, okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Yes, Mayor, I have one comment, if you don't mind. I'd like to say it this side. I'd like to comment, make a commendation to Chief Hodges and the police department for their work in achieving grants, and all, as you all know, by the city receiving these grants, we just save tax dollars. So thanks again, Chief. Good work.
Any other councilman got a comment? Any motions? Adjourn. Motion to adjourn?
I have one announcement.
Okay.
Yes, the Financial Committee will be meeting on June the 13th at 6:00 PM in the Mayor's Conference Room.
Just a reminder, Mr. Mayor, voting for the school board election is now ongoing, and I think tomorrow's the last day.
Okay, thank you for that.
Okay.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Ayes have it.
You need to wear those. That makes you look more intelligent.